That's crazy that this thing is saying it's worth 300k or 300 mil.
Yeah, 300 mil. It's like, no.
Try more like 4 bill.
That is
Yeah,
incorrect.
that's max
Yeah,
gear.
right, that's you, isn't it? Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you need this for max gear.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and tease. Go ahead and
Whoosh.
tease. That's a mad trust trade, dude. Do you have anything else in your bank?
It's only like
Yeah,
6
it's only
bill.
6 bill.
It's only 6 bill. God.
Yeah. Alright, so charging this thing, you need to mix 1 vial of blood with 300. Okay, but I keep trying to put it in there, but it's not doing anything. Okay, there you go. That should be 4 charges. I think that's like 100 per though. So that should be like 400. I think you just use this on here. You lower your scythe into the well. How many sets of 100 charges do you wish to apply? Let's just apply 200 charges for now. And I'll come back and fill it up later. Because I really don't... Actually, I'm going DKs. I'll probably just... Let's just fill up the whole thing. Why not? So we're going to put 400 charges on it in total. And this thing is an absolute beast. I am so curious to see how this thing does. Again, huge shout out to my friend Superman for lending me all this stuff. He lent me over 6 bill in gear. The dude's an absolute legend. And I am doing a Road to 5 bill from Nothing series. I just want to let you guys know ahead of time. This is not going to impact my bank whatsoever. Anything I get from this, for instance, if I end up getting myself a rare drop, it cannot count towards the series. But yeah, this is like literally my bank. Let me show you guys. None of this is my bank. Basically, I put that in there. I guess these two. This is all mine. Right here. So I have a 21 mil bank right now. And all this other stuff that I have, that's all his. So he is literally lending me... Okay, that's mine, but that's a quest item, so obviously that's mine. That's his, and all this other stuff is his. This is like a 6 bill lend. But we're going to see if we can test some of the stuff on bosses. I haven't seen anybody test the Scythe yet on videos, so I really want to do it, and I'm glad that he could show me. But our first task is DKs, so we're actually going to go there and see if we can get something. And honestly, I don't really care about getting an item, to be honest. I more just want to test this item. Okay, so we're going to Dagonoth right now. We actually got ourselves a Dagonoth task. We got absolute max gear and the Scythe. Pretty much the point of the video is to use the Scythe in every boss. I'm kind of curious. Used the T-bow before on pretty much everything. Everybody knows the T-bow is good. But like I said, there's not really a Scythe video, so I'm so curious to see how this does. And I've heard on Supreme that it absolutely wrecks house there. I feel like with the Dagonoth Kings, most of the time when you're with max gear, even without the Scythe, you're waiting for them to spawn anyway. But it would be cool to see how good the Scythe is anyways. There you are. I don't even have an SGS, so this is going to be a short trip. Especially if I have the wrong prayer on. Man, this thing is absolutely melting. Come on, let's get a mad XP drop. That's good hit. All these are really good hits, to be honest. Well, except stuff like that. Come on, Supreme. I want one solid hit. Well, that's actually a pretty solid hit. That was a 65. I feel like he just dropped. Dude. Oh man, these hits. Alright, so my personal thoughts on this, at somewhere like Supreme, it's absolutely a beast, as you guys can see. I'm kind of just going to be playing some of the stuff in the background so you guys can kind of watch me keep doing it. I had to cut some of the audio out here though because it was just bad audio and stuff, so I figured I would just talk over it. But yeah, I love this so much at Supreme. It's such a good item. For 4 bill, I wouldn't buy it for something like Supreme, to be honest. But I did go and take it to Raids 1. I'll show you guys some clips in a little bit later, probably towards the end of the video. And then there's some other places I tried it out, like at Bandos. Like I said, that's also in the video. I didn't care for it at Bandos, and I can explain why once we get to that clip. But some of the places that I really wish that I could have gone was like Smoke Devil, Calphite Queen, just some of the Slayer monsters. I know that Calphite Queen's not a Slayer monster, but you always want to do her on task anyways. But you know, stuff like Smoke Devil, Cerberus, I probably wouldn't try it on Sire, just because there's so many of the little minions that kind of run around that when you end up swiping your Scythe pretty much to go in for an attack, every once in a while it can get attached to like one of the minions and do a damage on him instead of doing all 3 hits on the boss. So I could see how one of the minions could get in the way and actually take up one of the hits, which would be really bad. Just honestly make the Scythe really bad at some places like that, which is actually, like I said, the Bandos clip I'm going to show you, that's one of the problems I was having with the melee minion. Sometimes he would get in the way and walk right under Bandos, and basically I would swipe the Scythe to hit, and only 2 of the hits would hit on the actual Bandos, and then 1 would hit on the minion. So stuff like that, I would say probably at God War's dungeon, it's not the best thing. I didn't try it at, what's the other place? Zami, because like I said, I didn't have a task, but I've heard that it's pretty good there. But I imagine you'll run into the same issue with the minion. I did try this at Vorkath, and I honestly didn't care for it here. I think the Dragon Hunter crossbow is way better. But like I said, I really wanted to just try it. I did speed up the Vorkath clip because I didn't want to make the video too long. It's already like a 15-minute video. I don't know how many people are going to watch all the way to the end, but try to fit in like a good amount of bosses and at least give my opinion on some of this stuff. And if you guys made it this far in the video already, you guys are absolute legends. Drop a like. And also comment below if you guys want to see me do like another video in the future. Superman did offer me the Scythe again. He said like if I ever wanted, you know, test it out again on like some of the Slayer bosses and stuff. Just because I don't have the Slayer points right now. So I figured, you know, it'd be cool to actually try it again later. But let me know if you guys would actually like to see that. And who knows, maybe somebody else will cover it. And I won't even need to cover it again. But I think it would be cool to try and test out at Cerberus and some of these other bosses. Even if it's not good, I'm still curious, and I'm sure you guys are probably curious as well. Alright, this thing's not doing so hot right now. See, drops like that, that's good. Needs to keep doing stuff like that. Those 3 hits every time. See, that thing gets in the way sometimes. I don't like him. Every once in a while, one of the hits goes to him. So as you guys could see in that last clip, that's what I was talking about with the minion walking under Bandos. Every once in a while, he'll walk under, and one of your hits will actually go to him instead of all 3 going to Bandos. I feel like the whip is still better at Bandos. I mean, definitely get more DPS with the Scythe, but it costs money. There's some flaws to it. You also don't get a shield, or, you know what I mean? You end up taking a little bit more damage in that sense. So I would probably say the whip is better. Also, if you factor in the price. I mean, I can't afford 4 bill right now for a Scythe. Most people can't. So, I mean, the whip is definitely a very good alternative. It's not that much better than a whip here. But definitely at some other bosses like Raids 2, I wish I could do Raids 2. I haven't learned it quite yet. And my friend Superman, who lent me all this gear, he's actually the guy that's probably going to end up teaching me Raids 2. So I can't learn Raids 2 with all his gear currently. So I need to make my own bank before I get into that. That's a good hit. That's another good hit. Dude, this guy needs to get out of the way. He keeps taking one of my hits. See, that was a fast kill right there. That's nice. Overall, for the price, I don't know if I would take it to Bandos too much. Maybe if I had a ton of money, you know, like 6 bill, then I'd probably take it to Bandos quite a bit just to hunt for the pet. But if you're trying to make money here, it's probably not worth bringing. Alright, there's a nice spec off of him. So, he should be weak enough to just melt him. Nothing so far, though. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, that was a good kill. That was nice. We missed the spec there. Let's see how this thing does. I'm so curious about it. Wow, he lured it so close to the anvil. Dude, this thing is actually doing really good on him. I am taking a lot of hits right now, though. Yeah, Scythe is tearing him up. Yeah, that was a very good tecton. Alright, so this is pretty much going to wrap up the video here, guys. I was using it here at the left hand, well, basically the melee hand at raids. It is amazing at raids 1 for tecton and for the hand. This is one of the places I would definitely use it, like I said, for stuff like bandos, where it's actually better than the whip, but still not too much better. And you're not going to make that much money at bandos. You're pretty much going for the pet hunt. By the time you have a scythe, you're not really going to bandos for money. You're going to hunt a pet. So I reckon anybody that can afford this probably will take it to bandos. But I personally wouldn't, just because I find it way too expensive. Even if I did, was able to afford it, I'd probably still go with a whip. And I don't know. I can't see it being that much better at bandos to make you want to take it. But places, like I said, like this, where you're making money, or raids 2 where you're making a ton of money, you definitely want to take the scythe. But definitely there's so many other items that I'd probably rather have in the end than a scythe, just because of the price. But maybe when the price goes a little bit lower, I imagine at one point it will end up getting down to 2 bill, or maybe even stabilize with the twisted bow. I would definitely say overall, though, you're going to want to prioritize getting yourself a twisted bow. The twisted bow is the most mad item in the game, I feel. Like I said, the scythe is definitely a close second now, and I really enjoy using the scythe. It's so fun to use. Like I said, I just can't wrap my mind around 4 bill for this item right now. But by all means, I'm not saying the item's garbage. Don't take my words and try to stretch it into that. I think it's an amazing item, but I just think for 4 bill, it's it's a little much at the moment. And personally, I think it's a little high, but I don't see this thing decreasing in value anytime soon. I could be wrong, but personally, this thing is way too good at raids 2 and raids 1 for the price to just plummet in value. If anything, I can almost see it staying at 4 bill to 3 bill for quite some time. I honestly hope not, because I would love to be able to afford one sooner. But if it does stay that high, and it's just so rare, I could see it actually staying that high. But regardless of the price, this thing is mad fun to use, and at raids 2, I've heard that this thing just speeds up the raids so much, especially if everybody on your team has one. It just makes the last boss so easy. So I guess we'll see what happens to the price. I personally don't know what's going to happen with it. If I were to guess, I would say it's going to stay around 3 to 4 bill. But it was so fun. Again, huge shout out to Superman for letting me use his scythe, and he lent me 6 bill in gear. That's a mad trust trade, dude. Seriously, much love, man. I really appreciate that. Most people would never do that. Some people won't even do that to their real life friend, and I don't know him in real life, so that's mad trust right there. Really appreciate that. But like I said, I'm gonna wrap the video up here, and until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Peace out.